friends! Today I have a video that I've been meaning to do for quite a while. It's just general exhaustion is sort of like, it's commanding my life right now, so I haven't been able to do as much as I've wanted to do on my channel lately. But this is a video that I've wanted to do for a really long time because I have quite a collection and I really want to share them with you and show you my general favorites, which ones I use for what, and that kind of thing. So because I don't want to make this video like an hour long, I'm not going to go super in depth into all of these, but I do want to give you sort of like a general idea of what they do, the ingredients, how I feel about them, that kind of thing. So this is going to be my facial oil collection video, and I've got more than any one person needs. And in the last year I've become sort of generally obsessed with facial oils. I never put oil on my face until last year. Before then, the thought of it kind of freaked me out. But I have tried a lot of really great ones. I've tried some not so great ones. I've tried some that don't really work for me as facial oils, but I found other uses for them. So here are all of the facial oils that I have and how I use them. So I think I'll start off with generally my more luxurious ones, the ones that I use the most sparingly because of how expensive they are, but they're wonderful. First I'll start with the one that I've talked about a lot. This is the Moon No. 1 Brightening Youth Serum. So this one is the most expensive one that I own. This one is $98 full size, at least it was the last time I checked. I don't know if it's gone up. This one I use the most sparingly out of all the facial oils that I have just because of how expensive it is, but it works wonders for my skin. This is just made with prickly pear seed oil, argan oil, and rose essential oil. The prickly pear seed oil in this is what makes it so amazing. It's just, generally, it's a really great ingredient for your skin. It does a lot for acne, for anti-aging, for hyperpigmentation. I've noticed just a lot of really great benefits when I use this. I used to use this about once a week when I would do a facial. I would use this right afterwards. Also, paired with another luxurious product. The toner that I like to use when I use facial oils like this is the Linton & Co. 1000 Petal Beautifying Mist. This is another sort of pricier item. This is $48 full sized. And right now all I have is the 0.5 ounce travel size, but I will probably be getting the full size once I'm done with this because I do like it so much. So on the days that I'm more of doing like a pampering session, or I'm just doing like a really luxurious facial, sort of like a spa experience almost, I will use a really nice face mask, I'll use this really nice toner, and then I'll use a luxurious facial oil, and that just sort of makes my skin, in the morning it just makes it look so much more amazing and smooth and less problematic. And so this is definitely my most luxurious facial oil, and it's the one that I use the least, only because I don't have the funds to replace it every couple of months like I would if I used this on a regular basis. So this is one of the ones that I use when I'm doing more of like a luxury treatment. The other one that I use, and is more new to my collection, is the Mahalo Body Vitality Elixir. I got a little tiny sample of this when I ordered my Petal face mask, and the first time I used it, there's such a tiny amount in here, but you only need a couple of drops. The first time I used it, I knew I was going to have to get the full size just because of how amazing it made my skin look the day after. So I ordered the full size of this. The full size is 0.5 ounces, but the packaging is so cool on this. It's all bamboo. It just looks so cool. And then it's got, can't really see it, one of the Hawaiian Islands is the little symbol on here. So this is it's a facial oil to rejuvenate. It is super oils of tamanu and chia will stimulate your youth and vitality by indulging, nourishing, and rejuvenating your skin. Potent with omega-3s, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. So this is made with tamanu oil, chia seed oil, kukui oil, black cumin seed oil, carrot seed oil, sea buckthorn, turmeric, helichrysum extract, and geranium extract, which are all amazing things for pretty much all kinds of skin types. Especially carrot seed oil is really good for a lot of skin types, and it does amazing things for the skin, as well as the chia and the sea buckthorn seed oil. Just a lot of really great things in here to make your skin just look really amazing, and it does. Every time I use this, it makes my skin look amazing. So I'm still working through my little sample because you only need 4 or 5 drops for your entire face. So even the little tiny sample will get you through maybe 4 or 5 applications. But I've also got the full size on backup afterwards. So I like to use this one specifically when I use my Petal mask. I don't like to use it with anything else just because I'm sort of weird with skincare sometimes. I feel like if I've got a certain line of products I want to use all the products in that line and not like use different ones. You'll see that sort of in a couple of other things that I've got here, but I really like this. And that's one that I would really recommend too. That one is also pricey. It's $64, but it's less pricey than the Moon Oil. So if you want to spring for a really luxurious oil, but you don't want to spend almost $100, definitely check out the Mahalo Body one. That one's really great. So the next one that I've got, since I'm sort of talking about sets that I like to use, is the Little Alchemist Ultra C Radiant Serum with Vitamin C, Goji Berry, CoQ-Enzyme Q10, and Chia Seed. This I got the little set of their facial system back last year. So this also came with the Kaela Rose with Bulgarian Rose Hydrate Mist, and it also came with a cacao and banana face glow. So I like to use these three things in conjunction with each other and really not with any other product. Sometimes I'll use the face mask with other oils, but usually I like to use them together. So this facial oil specifically helps to promote collagen production, brighten and revitalize skin. It's specially formulated to help smooth fine lines, promote elasticity, regenerate and strengthen tired, stressed, and sun-damaged skin. It's high in antioxidants and vitamins to neutralize free radicals, help stimulate collagen production, clarify, brighten, and promote an even skin tone. And it says it's perfect as an essential daily treatment that sinks into your skin quickly, leaving it silky smooth to reveal a radiant, fresh, healthy complexion. So the key ingredients are the vitamin C, date seed, argan and rosehip oils, CoQ-Enzyme Q10, squalene oil, which is the olive-derived version. This does have retinol palmitate in it, so I use this only at night. I don't use this during the day. Coconut fruit, acai, wheatgrass, and goji berry. So there's lots of ingredients that have really high antioxidants in here, which are really great for minimalizing the free radical damage to your skin and promoting brightening. I use a lot of stuff that promotes brightening, especially because I have a lot of hyperpigmentation on my skin. This one I feel like does a really good job in conjunction with the cacao and banana face glow mask that I've got. This one does make your skin look really glowy and amazing, and this just sort of locks that in and seals it and just makes it look extra bright, especially the next day. I really like all three of these things, and this is just like a really, really great rose water based face spray as well. I really enjoy the rose water based face sprays, and I feel like this system is a really good way to get you familiar with some of the Little Alchemist products. And they are a little bit on the more higher end price wise. The 1 ounce version of this is $69, but I do feel like the ingredients are so amazing that they're just so worth it. In general, I tend to gravitate more towards higher end and expensive skincare just because I feel like it really does benefit my skin more than sort of like the more inexpensive facial oils do. So I definitely would recommend checking out any of those three that I just talked about so far. So I can talk about one that I do really like that is on the more inexpensive price-wise, and I think of all of the facial oils that I use, this is the one that I like to use during the day, and I tend to use my facial oils mainly at night because I feel like it sits on my skin longer. It's not being, you know, touched by sort of other products like sunscreen or makeup or anything like that. I feel like it just is better to use them at night for my skin because it penetrates better. The effects of the oil seem to be more prominent in the morning. Then if I use them during the day, I feel like I'm just sort of covering up the oil with other stuff, and maybe it sort of minimizes the effectiveness of the oil. That's just me. But one that I do like to use during the day that I found that no matter what I put on afterwards, it still really does a really great job of keeping my skin moisturized. It does a really good job with acne and oiliness and hyperpigmentation and all that, is the Skin Renaissance Rejuvenating Facial Oil. This is my favorite daytime facial oil, and this is I don't know if it's the most inexpensive one that I've got, but it's one of the most affordable. I think this one is $26 for the 1 ounce size. But the 1 ounce size, if I only use it in the morning, will last me upwards of 4 or 5 months, so I find that it's a really great value. This is made with things like meadow foam seed oil, frankincense, myrrh. So it's not a real florally smelling oil. Some of my other ones smell really floral or really sort of fruity. This one has more of sort of like a savory smell because of the frankincense and myrrh in here. It just gives it sort of that herbally, savory smell, but I actually kind of like it. I find it doesn't linger, so it doesn't, I just find that I kind of really like that scent. So I'm not using this one right now because I am experimenting with some other skincare, but this one is one that I will go back to once I'm done using the other moisturizers that I'm using during the day. But this is a really great daytime facial oil. This is my backup, and I've had it for a little while. I've just been waiting to use it. I really like this one, and I would recommend this one to anybody if you've got acne or oily skin, or even if you've just got hyperpigmentation, because I feel like it does a really great job with all of those three things. So now I think I'll talk about a couple that I've got that don't really work for me as facial oils, but they work for me as a carrier oil for a scrub, if that sort of makes any sense. So I got this scrub, the Root Science, it's like the powdered, the RS face scrub, in a Petit Vour box last year sometime, and I tried it on its own, just mixed with water like the instructions say to do, and I found it kind of harsh and irritating, and my skin just did not enjoy this at all. So I had mentioned that on an Instagram picture, and the makers of Root Science saw it and said to try it with a facial oil the next time that I used it. And I had had this facial oil for a little while, and I tried it as a facial oil. It made me break out, so I wasn't using it for anything at the time, but I find that this one works really well in conjunction with this. So you put a little bit of powder in your hand, you put some of this oil and mix it with water, and then it makes sort of a really moisturizing face scrub, if that makes any sense. But it's the Badger Damascus Rose with Lavender and Chamomile Antioxidant Facial Oil. I think that the reason this one doesn't work for me as well as any of the other facial oils that it's got is because this one, the main ingredient is jojoba oil. I think jojoba oil works better for me in smaller amounts than it does if it's like the main carrier oil in here. This also has baobab oil, pomegranate oil, essential oils of lavender, rose, Roman chamomile, and it has koku extracts of rosehip, sea buckthorn, and calendula. So it does have a lot of really great ingredients in here and a lot of stuff that are great for a lot of different skin types, but I think if you have a problem with jojoba oil and it breaks you out in large quantities, this one wouldn't be a good facial oil for you. But I like to use this in conjunction with my face scrub. I have two different facial oils that I like to use for this one. This is the first one. The other one that doesn't really work for me as a facial oil but works for me as the, in addition to the scrub, is the Terra Tribe Blemish and Acne Facial Oil. So this one, the carrier oil is grapeseed oil, and then it also contains tea tree, Amazonian oils, maracuja oil, which are supposed to help balance problematic skin. This one, I think it might be a little bit too heavy for me because I also have the same problem with this one where it breaks me out when I try to use it as an actual facial oil. So as well as this one, I find that these both work really well mixed in with my face scrub. So this would probably work well with any face scrub that is loose like this and then you have to mix it with water to activate it. So I like to use this one on days when my face is fine and I don't need any sort of like extra acne fighting ingredients or anything, and I feel like, and I just want to get like the antioxidant benefits and that kind of thing. This one I like to use when I'm breaking out, so that I'm still getting the benefits of the tea tree oil even though I'm not letting it stay on my skin, but it is still benefiting my skin. So these two didn't work well for me as specifically facial oils, but I do still use them on my face, but I mix them in with my dry scrub. And I think that that's a good tip if you've got yourself a facial oil that doesn't work as a facial oil. Find one of these dry powder scrubs and try mixing it with that, because I find that that just works really well. And that way I'm still using the facial oils. I'm not like letting them sit and go to waste, but I'm not making myself break out just to use them up, if you know what I mean. So there's those ones. There's this set that I've been using a lot lately at night because my skin has been really broken out, and I find that these two things really have been helping heal my skin and minimize the damage, you know, scarring and that kind of thing. So the first is this pure rose hip seed oil from LifeFlow. It's cold pressed and organically grown. It says it replenishes and restores. I got this one from iHerb or Vitacost, I can't really remember, about a month or two ago because I was really interested in trying the rose hip seed oil because I'd heard that it is really great for hyperpigmentation and scarring and that kind of thing. So I really do think that that's true. I use like 5 drops of this at night, and then I mix in another facial oil. This is the Nee Naturals Barbary Fig Beauty Oil for combination oily skin types. I was sent this one to review after I reviewed their cleansing oil, so I was really excited to give this a try because I love their cleansing oil so well. And so this is a good testament to something not working initially, but finding another use for it, like those other 2 facial oils that I have. So this one specifically, it's made with Camellia oil, hazelnut oil, Barbary fig oil, arrowroot powder, and an essential oil blend that has things like lavender and some other, I can throw the ingredients down. down in the bottom. I don't have them written down right in front of me. This initially, when I tried it, didn't work for me as a facial oil. I was using this at night, and maybe I just misjudged how oily my skin actually is, because it is a little bit oily, but it's probably not as oily as I perceive it to be, because this ended up drying me out. So this is made for combination oily skin types, but I probably would have benefited more from their all skin types version. They also have a dry skin version. So they have 3 different facial oils. I probably would have benefited more from the all skin types, because this one dries me out a little bit. So I used this just at night by itself for about a week, and I realized how much it was drying my skin out. My skin was just becoming kind of irritated and just really dry by the morning. So I did put this on the back burner a little bit, because I was trying to get my skin back to being balanced, and then I could give this a try again. So I figured out the best way to use this is to actually mix it with my rosehip seed oil, which is what I've been doing for the last week or so, because my skin has been so broken out and I need the healing properties that both of these provide. So I take about 5 drops of the rosehip seed oil, and then I mix about 4 drops of the Knee Naturals facial oil and rub those together, and then pat them on my face, and my skin, when I wake up, it looks like sort of rejuvenated and sort of fresh. It's not dry, it's not irritated. So all of the things that this was doing to me on its own, mixed with another facial oil, I'm getting the benefits of this facial oil without the problems that it was sort of giving me when I was using it on its own. So this I have used on its own as well, and I do like this on its own, but I think together these just make sort of a really great combination. At least just with the oily version of this. The all skin types version I probably could use on its own, and I do want to give a try once I do finish this bottle up. I'm going to be purchasing the all skin types version to give that one a try as well, because I want to see how much different that is than this version. See if it sort of does the same thing or that kind of thing. The Barbary Fig seed oil in this one is what makes this line unique. It gives you the benefits of the Barbary Fig seed oil, which is another name for the prickly pear seed oil. So the Barbary Fig seed oil is the same thing as the prickly pear seed oil, like what's in here. So I was sort of hoping that this would be a more affordable version of the Moon Serum, because this one has the prickly pear seed oil in it, and this one is the Barbary Fig seed oil, which it's the same thing. This just, it uses a lesser amount of the Barbary Fig seed oil, so that way it's on the more affordable price scale. So I do notice the same sort of benefits that I noticed from this. It does sort of help my scarring. It helps my skin not be as broken out the next day. Only this is more affordable, but because you're getting the ingredient on a lesser scale. So but the Barbary Fig in here is the 3rd ingredient, so there is less of it than there is in the Moon Oil, but you're still getting the benefits of the oil because the product still contains it, just not in as high of an amount as in the other one. So again, I really like these two in combination with each other. I'll probably still be using this combination for the next week until my skin like totally heals itself, but I really like these two together. And I recommend checking them both out. This is actually probably the most affordable one that I've got. I think this one was like $5 or $6 on iHerb. This one is $32.50, I believe, for the full size, the 1 ounce. So the last two that I've got that I'm going to really talk about, I've got a couple others that I'll mention, but I haven't used them as much and I don't have as much information on them. This one I just talked about in my Babe box unboxing. I sort of gave a mini review of this. This is the Old Orchard No. 1 Beauty Oil, and this contains things like meadow foam seed oil and watermelon seed oil and other things that I can't remember off the top of my head, sweet orange, essential oil, tangerine, jasmine, that kind of thing. But I really love this one at night as well. Again, it would also be a really great daytime facial oil because it is light. It's a lightweight oil, but I tend to benefit more from them at night, like I said. This one is really great. It smells really citrusy. It does a lot of really great things that my other sort of more expensive facial oils do. This one full size is $51, so it is on the more affordable of the luxury skincare line. I don't know. I feel like this one would be more accessible to more people because the price point isn't as high as like the Moon Oil is, and the Moon Oil also has less in it. The full size of this is 1 ounce. But if you want to just try it, they have this actual size that they sell on the website for $13. So it'll give you a good idea of how you like the oil for a cheaper price point. But because I have such a small amount of this one, I do also like to use this one when I'm doing sort of more like a facial. I do a facial probably about 3 times a week. So when I do a facials, I like to sort of minimize my skincare. I'll do the face mask, I'll do a toner, and then I'll do an oil. So I like to use this one on days when I'm not using my Mahalo body oil or the Moon Oil. I'll use this one instead because I feel like this one does sort of the same things to my skin and gives me the same benefits or different benefits because it's, you know, different oils. But the same idea, because I like to use this one on days when I'm doing sort of more, I just tend to like to use oils that have more beneficial properties for your skin than, say, just this pure rosehip seed oil. This one I'll use on nights when I'm using like spot treatments or other skincare things with it, but these, the oils that have more beneficial properties, I like to use in conjunction with face masks and things that I don't do as often. So there's that one. This is one that I will be buying a full size of once I finish this, and probably a couple other of my facial oils, just so I don't have an overwhelming number like I do now, but I really, really like this one. The other one that's sort of new, well, I guess I can talk about this. I'm going to add this next one into my, I'm not really going to talk a lot about it, oils, but I have them to show you. So this first one is the Acura Moroccan Argan Oil. I did get this recently. I haven't used it that much. I did try it on my face 1 or 2 times. I think it might be a little bit too heavy. Just the pure argan oil on its own might be a little bit too heavy for my face, so I'm going to try to find other uses for this, maybe in my hair or on other parts of my body. But this just says it's incredibly rich in vitamin E, essential fatty acids, and proteins. Argan oil helps fight lines, repair imperfection, minimize scars, stretch marks, all while restoring texture, elasticity, and tone. So this is just pure organic argan oil. But I think just the pure argan oil, I know I've got some of my other facial oils include argan oil as an ingredient, but I think just pure argan oil is too much and it's too heavy. It doesn't break me out or anything, but I don't feel like it gives me any sort of benefits to my skin. I just feel like it just sort of sits there and doesn't, you know, penetrate and do what I would like it to do just on its own. So I'll probably find some sort of other use for this, like on my hair or other parts of my body. Maybe like try it on as like a body oil, maybe something like that. But I also have this one. This one I got at Target on clearance. I just sort of picked it up at random because I saw the clearance sticker on it. Not really thinking I had any sort of use for it. This might also be a good mix-in for like face masks and stuff, like clay face masks or just other face masks. I haven't tried yet mixing in oils into face masks, but it's something that I do want to start trying to do, especially to the ones that are more intense and really drying, like sort of give them a more moisturizing property. So this one might be good for that, as well as like in your hair and that kind of thing. Then the other two that I've got, this one I haven't used, is the Aster and Bay Facial Serum with watermelon seed and myrtle. I got this as sort of like a skincare, it was like a travel set of their brightening toner, their cleansing oil, their cleansing grains, which I love and I've talked about, and then this came with it as well. This is actually the full size that they sell, but it came in with their set. This is the number 3 Purify one. They do have a couple of different options for facial oils. This one is made for oily and blemished skin. So it's supposed to neutralize excess sebum and detoxify pores. Watermelon seed oil dissolves pore clogging oil, hydrates, and provides essential vitamins. Essential oils of clary age, green myrtle, and geranium eliminate acne-causing bacteria with chamomile, while chamomile soothes inflammation. So this one has a lot of really great ingredients. Again, this one is watermelon seed oil based, but it also has hazelnut seed oil, hemp oil, jojoba oil, sea buckthorn, clary sage, grapefruit, geranium, green myrtle, palmarosa, chamomile, jasmine, and vitamin E. So most of the ingredients in here are organic, and there are some that are actually wild harvested, so they actually like go out and harvest the ingredients themselves, which I find really interesting. And so this one I'll probably do a review of like the entire set once I've used it for a little bit, but I just wanted to mention that this is one that I've got, and I am really excited to use this. I have just sort of like used it on my hand for a bit because I want to see the texture of the oil. It's a really lightweight oil. It absorbs like almost immediately. It smells really good. So I am really excited to use that because I do think that it would be really beneficial for my skin type especially. I really like that one. The last one that I've got is one that I don't know how I feel about it yet. I got it, this is the only raw skin Ceuticals product that I didn't toss. When I did my last MP's video, I talked about all the raw skin Ceuticals stuff and how I didn't really enjoy it. This is the only one that I haven't gotten rid of yet because I feel like this one will work for me. I just need to really like give it a try. This one is the Acne Deep Repair Serum. It's for acne, oily skin, clogged pores, and it's triple infused with herbs. So this is from their Acne Ceuticals line. It's their facial oil. This contains tamanu oil, neem seed oil, pumpkin seed oil, avocado, hemp, camellia, proprietary herb blend of chickweed, some things I can't pronounce, burdock, sage, thyme, yellow dock, green tea, ginger root, vitamin E. So I think the thing that turns me off about this the most is just its scent. Because it's got sort of like more savory smelling herbs in it, like the sage and the thyme. It just sort of comes off, it's really herbly, and it smells really savory. Almost, it's more savory than the Skin Renaissance Rejuvenating Facial Oil that I talked about. So I do use this one. Well, I've got the little trial size that came in the kit, and then I bought this not realizing that this was in the trial size. So this is the full size one, the ½ ounce full size of this. So I do like to use this one when I use like a clay mask, one that is for acne specifically. I'll use this afterwards. It is a little bit heavy, and for me it might be the avocado oil in it, but it is a little bit heavy. It does take quite a long time to sink into your skin, even if you use like a really tiny amount, just because it doesn't penetrate as quickly as some of my other oils do. So I'm still working with this one because I don't want to give up on it just yet, because it does have a lot of really great ingredients. I think I just need to get over the smell of it and really work with it once or twice a week to sort of get the benefits that it's supposed to give me. So there's that one, the Acne Deep Repair Serum. So that is all of my facial oils. I actually have 12 if you were keeping count. I have 12 different facial oils that I use for different things, different times of the day, for different reasons, and I love pretty much all of them. There are just a few that I need to work with a little bit more, and that's all. But there are some really great ones here. I'm going to leave all the links to all of these down below so you can check them out. So that was all of my facial oils. I did kind of run through them pretty quick because I have so many. I didn't want to spend too much time, because otherwise this would have been an hour long, and that probably would have been really overwhelming. So if there are any specifically that I talked about that you would like more information on, or you would like a separate review on, definitely let me know and I could work on something like that. Or if you just want me to do like my top 5 or something, I can do that as well, and then I can get a little bit more in depth into some of these specifically. But just for the purpose of this video, I wanted to show you which ones I've been using, which ones I've had, which ones I really like, which ones didn't work out for me as facial oils and I've used in other ways, which ones just didn't work out on their own, that kind of thing. So yeah, I really wanted to get this video out for quite a while, so I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it was informational. Definitely let me know what your favorite facial oils are, because I'm definitely not done trying facial oils. I really enjoy using them and trying new ones and getting to know different brands. So definitely let me know what your favorite ones are, and I might pick them up in the future, you know, once I go through my ridiculous stash of facial oils. So definitely let me know and I will check them out. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.